Lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
Welcome into the JLS. I know we late, man. I know we late. Welcome into the Joe Lockett Show. I am nephew, he is I, and I am him. And welcome back from the break. It's been a minute. I wish man, if y'all would have seen the crap that we had to deal with, the reason why it seemed like every time we come back from a break, it's something that don't want to go right. That's so freaking irritating. With that being said, hopefully I get past this little irritation of mine. And you know what I mean? We got a lot of stuff to get into for today. Shout out to everybody tuning in on social media. If you're tuning in on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, y'all. The most I can say right now is be patient with the feed. As you can just see, this thing is going in and out as we speak. Hopefully it don't go off on us during the middle of the show, so you guys can't see what's going on in the show. If it does, don't worry. Audio wise, you can always hear us with the best sound ever. But yeah, man, I have no idea what's going on today on a Monday. Like I know folks don't like a Monday, but God, Lee, I don't feel like dealing with this on a Monday. Trying to get this off. Now, on housekeeping rules, you know what it is. Make sure if you are tuning in on all of those sites that you do like, share, subscribe, go ahead and follow. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want your comments today. I'm gonna be so 100 with you, man. I do not want your comments today. This ain't the day. Okay, this is not the day. Maybe tomorrow when it's tough conversations, I got you. But yeah, bro, not today. We got to make sure we stay on the feed without it shutting down. Man, I can't even do my freaking sound effects, man. God, dog. Hold on, man. This made me sick. But yeah, man, as far as things going on in the world, we have too much to get into. We have too much to get into. Oh my goodness. First things first, how'd you guys enjoy Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving came and went. Thanksgiving was pretty dope on my end. Got everything. I guess I got everything I want. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for. I guess that's what you say on this one, because everything you want holiday is like what, in 2-3 weeks. But yeah, man, my Thanksgiving was pretty dope. Shout out to folks that's tuning in on social media. I see a few of y'all coming in. Like I said, but the most I can say is we had technical difficulties. I get it. We came on late. Okay. But with that being said, don't want anything to stop the grind and stop the motion. So with that being said, we might as well get into some of the topics for today. Where is that? Alrighty.
So we'll go on with our live entertainment. Without further ado, here they are.
It's cliffhangers.
Love it. I just love it.
Alrighty. First things first with the cliffhanging part of the segment. Hold on. I gotta get my stuff set up. I gotta work through a whole nother computer. I'm not usually using this computer for. This is so I'm done. Anyway, First things first on the docket for today. Are you guys a narcissist? I really gotta ask, are you guys a narcissist? Is this something that you can really get diagnosed for? Is this real? Like, I know a lot of narcissist people think narcissism isn't really real. It's fabricated. It's something that's good for clickbait, or if you want to talk about the topic for real, it's something fun to talk about. Okay. Hey, you heard narcissism and you you opened your mouth. That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, man. So with narcissism being a thing, apparently you can catch it. So we might as well talk about one of the folks that called narcissism for today or during the week. Shout out to the Thanksgiving week. Some of everything was going on, like I said. But as far as narcissism, let me pull up the story here. All righty, as you can see, Nick Cannon admits to needing help because he was recently diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I repeat, Nick Cannon has narcissistic personality disorder. All righty. Earlier this month, 44-year-old revealed that he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. While admitting he does not fully understand the condition yet. Cannon shared he had a long been curious about getting tested. Rich folks ain't got nothing else to do. Why? Rich folks ain't got nothing else to do. All right. I feel like there is so many labels out there, but being able to embrace it and say, look, I'm healing. I need help. Show me. He told the magazine. Alrighty. Now they go into him also being diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. I'm gonna be honest with you. This sounds like some BS. He was just trying to get his name up in the tabloids because a lot of stuff was going on during the Thanksgiving break. Sorry to break the news like that, but he was trying to get in the mix of this very, 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 very petty, messy, and bad looking, if you are whoever you want to be, for the Thanksgiving break. He wanted to be a part of this. He got felt left out. So now this got back into the news. But from what I'm hearing, I mean, I guess it was already in the news. They just not talking about it now. I don't know who to blame for it, him or the folks that's talking about this now. Which I'm sorry, I'm part of folks now. Because for one, did you not think he was narcissistic? Most famous guys like him tend to have narcissistic traits. Now, Mr. Narcissistic that's in the house walking around, he hear his name and he talks. All right. I know Nick Cannon talks. I mean, I can't help it. I love the guy. Shoot, drumline, I can see some narcissism. I saw the narcissism all up in drumline. Shoot, even your cameos on Roll Bounce, you was skating you was handing out skates like you was like, you know what I mean? I can see the narcissism. Oh my goodness, folks gonna hate how I said that. Anyway, yeah, man, it's not a shocker to me. Like I say, I think most successful guys have traits of narcissism. Nah, narcissistic. Yeah, narcissism. Golly, I'm saying it right. Anyway, I think a lot of guys have that trait. But with that being said, in having those traits, I like how I was watching one of the podcasts and they was talking about this as well. I like how they put it in. Having traits of narcissism does not make you narcissistic. Or is that label just passed around just like everything else, like a high value dude or like a alpha man? Like, is it passed around like that? Most guys would tend to say, yes, it is. Shoot. That's the first thing you hear when you get a breakup. And he got like 12 of them. So I'm sure somebody said, Nick, you're narcissistic. I'm sure somebody said that. I bet you the money I don't get that at least 6 of his 12 told him you're a narcissistic. I don't even gotta know the guy or the women to be able to tell that, because they tell low balling dudes like me, you got narcissistic traits, and that you're narcissistic. And I promise you, I'm the farthest thing from it. But with that being said, like I said, man, it's a label that got passed around. I don't know whether the news tabloids or he made this a thing again. But I don't know how you're gonna get help with that, because I ain't some of the traits for narcissism is that you don't accept help. Like ain't that some of the traits that even if I was to help you, you gonna think you right anyway? Like, that'd be a waste of time. You're a failed case. I'm sorry. But with that being said, we are sending prayers. Because that's got to be hard to get through. It's got to be hard to deal with. And sure, you got to suck to be you. Now, in other news, other news. Come on now, stop playing with me. Another guy that they claim is narcissistic, but before we get into him being narcissistic, I can't even play my sound effects, man. This sucks. Oh, and I just stopped it. One sec. Reshare that. Yeah, I love that background right there. So I just eased it in on purpose. Anyway, shout out to the NFL and college sports. Y'all was busy this weekend. Oh my God. Y'all was busy this weekend. Now, first things first, we got to start off with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving wise, we had some great games, but none greater than my favorite on the Thanksgiving list. Detroit versus Chicago. Sorry, Chicago fans out there. You were disappointed eating your turkey. And you got to see the rival team, Detroit, walk off with your Thanksgiving turkey and eat it in your face. Now, with that being said, it was a heartbreaker. If you saw the game that on Thanksgiving, like everybody else on Thanksgiving do for tradition wise, if you saw that game, you saw a letdown. It was a very good game towards the latter half, but Detroit ended up losing in the fourth quarter due to poor time and clock management. Can't say I'm too surprised or too mad. They got a great quarterback, but he's also a rookie. These are rookie woes. For the folks out there that aren't sports heavy or anything like that, promise I won't stay in so long on it. But this is big. I'm sorry. These are big, especially when you're getting towards Rival Saturday. Nothing but the smoke was going down on Saturday for football. That's first and foremost. And it was funny how it kicked off because everybody was questioning everybody, saying, hey, who got the best rivalry in college football? Is it Ohio State, Michigan? Shout out to Ohio State. You suck. Is it Arizona State and Arizona? Dude was on the field. Oh my goodness. Arizona State and Arizona, along with North Carolina and NC State, y'all like to fight. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I ain't know y'all got down like that. Nothing but the smoke. I mean, even Ohio State too, but nobody care for all that. We in Alabama. And it was the Iron Bowl, man. I gotta be petty. I was only building it up to be petty because we suck. Alabama and Auburn. Y'all suck almost equally, but this was the suck bowl. Who sucked less? That was what y'all was fighting for. Congratulations, Bama. You proved that you suck less. Not that you don't suck at all, but that you suck less. Okay? Compared to Auburn, you look all right. Auburn, y'all are really trash to lose to Alabama. Oh my God. That was a hilarious Iron Bowl. After seeing my family choose both sides, my family is definitely divided when it comes to Alabama and Auburn. After seeing them crash out while watching the freaking game, I was so happy. Oh my goodness. I was watching with the biggest grin, bro. I loved it. I loved every minute about it. But before I really get in on telling y'all how trash y'all is, like I said, there was a lot of talk about who was the best rivalry for that weekend. Like, who do you go to watch? So I might as well call out another narcissistic person, high functioning, high value, low functioning guy. Shout out to Cam Newton. I'm finna let him go ahead and get
talk about what is that experience like, and what is rivalry week in college?
I was able to witness 4 different rivalries during my college tenure. I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yo, bro, like, why is the Iron Bowl different? Because in the state of Alabama, there's no professional sports, so it means a little different.
Yo, I know you spoke about it the other day of walking into Alabama. They take me through that moment, like,
bro. It was a dark moment. You know what I'm saying? It's still to this day, it's all in good fun until it's not. People hear about the NCAA investigation, but they don't really know the toll it took out of my family. My father was not able to come to my games. I took that personal. Yeah. My father's a preacher. Yeah. First song that I heard going into the stadium was what?
Man, did it correlate?
I said, these motherfuckers petty. We go to the sideline, and one of the teammates said, man, what the fuck? Bro, looking up, and they're throwing Jack Daniels. Like the
airplane bottles.
Yes, bro. Like, it was real hate. That game, you can't even do Tiger Walk because it may jeopardize the safety of the players. Mm-hmm. When we was driving through the traffic to get to the game, I looked outside the window. I seen this old ass couple wearing crimson red. Middle finger.
No, they didn't. The old people.
Middle finger. This shit is different. This shit is different, bro. It's different. So what? Ohio State, Michigan? Yeah, that's cute. Florida State? Yeah, that's cute. Texas A&M? Yeah, that's cute. Georgia Tech? Man, you got Falcons, you got Hawks. At one point, you had the Thrashers. Florida State. What do we be in? Orlando Magic? Miami Heat?
But in Alabama.
No.
Talk about
now. That was just a little bit. Shout out to Cam Newton. We're finna talk to him. We got nothing but Cam Newton to talk about in the next topic. But yeah, bro, I'm with him all day. Bama, I don't care what time of the year. When they get to that time of the year, it don't matter about the record. It matter about who won. It matter about who won and how you want it. It matter about who won and how you want it. Okay? And if you got something to play for and they don't, I promise you that's going to be the best game you ever saw. Losers to see who lose less bowl. That's what I call it. So shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Auburn. Y'all taking a little bit out of my time in that day to watch y'all suck together. Now, next up, like I said, we are still talking about Cam Newton, Mr. Narcissism himself. Like I said, I would think he falls under that, right? Like, I mean, they got on Nick Cannon about it. I'm sure they got on Cam Newton too. Now, with that being said, shout out to Cam Newton on 4-1 and on his other podcast where he interviews people. Hey, if I'm finna play his clips, I might as well boost his stuff. You're welcome. But yeah, man. Shout out to 4th and 1, and I forget what he calls his podcast that he does to interview folks, kind of like Shannon Sharp. But he had Ice Cube on, which all right. I see you, Cam. And also shout out to the West Coast and Ice Cube. Ice Cube dropped an album, which we will get into. We will definitely get into. But yeah, shout out to Ice Cube. Shoot. West Coast up, man. Oof. But yeah, he had the one great Ice Cube on, and they was talking a little bit about marriage. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and cook on that too.
How long you been married?
We've been married since 92. So what is that, 32 years?
How? Like for the
We
math.
want to be. You gotta want it. I don't want nobody to have my woman. Well, she mine. I'm hers.
What's the word that we just had somebody on? The relationship has to have staying power. Certain things in the culture has never changed. It's just all about how you are locked in with your partner. You don't stay with a person for as long as you've been with your person and can honestly say, man, every single day I wake up and it's just doves flying.
But who in your life is it like that with? You don't like your mama every day. Some days she get on your nerves. Some day, your brother. Every day ain't gonna be roses.
Yeah.
You can't expect that from your spouse. It's all about, are y'all a family or not? You got to be willing to give. And as a person that you want to give to, your time, effort, and love.
Right. How long you been married?
We've been married since 92. So what is that, 32 years?
How?
Now, shout out to Ice Cube and shout out to Cam Newton on that. I haven't watched the whole interview. I just saw clips. From what I'm seeing here, folks, is throwing shade at Cam, which I mean, he kind of says himself up for that one. But a lot of folks seem to agree with one Ice Cube about the 32 year long marriage that he has going on with his significant other. Also shout out to that. If I give you air horns, I pew 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 pew. But yeah, man, shout out to them. I ain't never been married before. I ain't trying to in the near future right now. What I could say though, I mean, if we had the married person on the couch, I would say that's dope. I really don't know what to say about that. But 32 years is nothing to snuff at. I guess I can say that. 32 years is nothing to snuff at. It's definitely something to pay homage and respect to. Like I said, I can respect it. Hey, ain't nothing I'm in on right now, but I mean that's my point of view on it. I'm sorry. Now, speaking of disappointments, though, because I know I gave a real disappointing spiel on that. But speaking of disappointments, there was something else that happened over Thanksgiving that was finally addressed, but maybe you felt like this was a little bit too late. Shout out to VP Harris. She finally addressed her supporters after conceding in the 2025 presidential election. I'm gonna go ahead and let her speak for herself.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire.
Now that was just a little bit from her finally addressing the country after, I guess you could say, one of the biggest, also messiest and weirdest presidential election races in history. I'm sorry. Y'all made history with that one. Now, y'all know I'm a political novice. I'm very, very proud to be. I tune in when I can, and I can when I tune in. With that being said, this looked bad. This looked bad. I'm sorry. I know a lot of folks probably ain't gonna like that. I know a lot of folks probably not gonna really dig that too much. They're gonna look at it like, what? No, man, you was on VP. Yeah, I know. And I voted for. I did. But I can't deny that this looks away. I can't deny that this looked away. To hear her during Thanksgiving finally address something that was 2 weeks before. I'm sorry that it didn't look good. Now potential leaders, I guess she's not one right now, but I mean, what I would like out of my potential leaders is find him too. God dog it. Hold on. But yeah, like I said, this isn't such a good look in my eyes, mainly because if you're thinking about her as potential leader, you don't shy away from the people's choice, quote unquote. However you feel about the ballots, or however you feel about what was being voted for or voted against or voted in favor of or not so in favor of, like however you want to see those things, I promise you're not getting pushback from me. I'm not trying to fight with nobody, but had this been the other way around and she actually won the election, I promise you I would say the same thing about Trump. But what makes it disappointing on her end, I can expect Trump to do that. Shoot, I can expect him not to say nothing at all, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of would have preferred her to do out of doing this. It looked like you had to go cry about it, and then you had to get motivation about why you cried about it. I hate that look for her. That didn't look cool. Like I said, you take it from a politic novice. It didn't look good. But that's just my opinion on it. I'm glad she did say what she say, I guess. For the folks that do support her and things like that. Yeah, like I'm reading some of the comments, yo, bro, you look tired. Like, but I got you, man. Like I said, it's the only thing that I can say wrong about it was just the look. The look didn't match what I would want to see from her outside of, you know what I mean, it just being her. From out of my leaders, I would want that if hell or hot water come in, you step up to the forefront like headstrong. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Now, in other news, speaking of headstrong, speaking of headstrong, in other news, in a little bit of politics, just a little bit. Sharon Stone, apparently she came out and had a few words to say about folks that like Trump. So let me go and find her text so I can read that off. Because golly, tell us how you really feel, Miss Stone. Now the actress added that helping each other requires recognizing good men. Good men, she put in quotes, must help good men, and those men must be very aware that a lot of your friends are not good men. You must be very clear-minded and understand that your friends who you are not, that your friends who are not good men are dangerous, violent, and you have to keep them away from your daughters and your wives and your girlfriends. This is a time we have. This is the time that we can no longer look away when bad men are bad. Now those are just a little bit of quotes from her. I guess they was talking to her about something else, and I guess it came up. And she went on to say, she also compared Italy's long history with Americans before, saying that it was what, fascism? I guess that's what she was going on. Don't know what all she was going on, man, because she sounded a little random. But what didn't get passed was that she said Americans don't travel and are uneducated. That is why Donald Trump won his election. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. That was hilarious. She said that Americans don't travel and are uneducated. That's why Donald Trump won. I can't say she wrong. It's like that dark humor you hear, where it's like, golly, that apply a little bit too good, and it's kind of racist. But that crowd was funny. So you gotta let it pass. Like, is she wrong though? Is she wrong? A lot of y'all don't travel. Me, I shoot, I don't travel even across countries. Now I am educated. I tend to try to be educated on things I get educated about. let me say that. I try to get educated on things I want to be educated about. Politics being one. But yeah, man, like, is she so wrong? I don't know. She might have been cooking. Even on the bad man type of tip, even though I'm being honest with you, a lot of y'all, hey, y'all feminists is coming on strong, big dog. A lot of y'all women voted for Trump too. Like, let's chill out. Let's chill out. I know it's been going on pretty strong, and I ain't gonna lie to you. You got a case. But first off, it was a lot of women that voted for that man too. All right. So let's not make this a bash men thing. So while I feel her point on where she's coming from, I can't say she all the way wrong on that second point, though. A lot of y'all Americans ain't well traveled, and a lot of y'all do, and I repeat, do not know what the F you talking about. Very uneducated. Like, yeah, y'all say some stuff that literally don't even apply about the other person just because you like them. And like I said, we ain't gonna go on no spill about this. All I'll say on this point is I think it was really funny how she said it. Because I don't think she's an American. But it's funny to see how other folks view you. Especially now that we on the other side of all this. It's funny to see how folks view you. And I mean, look, at this point, can you fight it? That's all. That's all I gotta say. Can you squabble up? Okay. Because if you can't, I mean, you just gonna have to take it. No did it. Now, speaking of squabbling up, lastly in the news, speaking of squabbling up, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I hear lawyer up? Lawyer up. Yeah, man. What was really taking over Thanksgiving week by storm? By storm. When I tell you folks that's not even into hip hop right now, when they caught wind of this, they started talking about it on these old women morning shows. They started talking about it on sports, on a podcast. They started talking about this in news. Like, yo, this is finna be huge. And I bet you're saying, what is that? As you can see, if you're tuning in on social media, everybody is talking about Drake and Kendrick yet again. Now, before I get into what you're reading on the screen with Drake versus UMG versus Spotify versus Kendrick Lamar, I have to help you understand where it's from, because if you just novice to this and you've been hearing it all over, but you don't even know how to talk to it to your nieces and nephews or your young friends, or even to just be hip, let me help you. I promise I'm gonna put it in the most lamest terms I can. If you remember our last pod, before it was rerun pod, and shout out to everybody else watching the reruns and subscribing while you're doing that. It went a long way. We appreciate you. Now, if you were watching the last pod on the show, I was talking with Joe, and they were talking about Kendrick's new drop. He dropped GNX, great album, especially for you old heads. It scratches that itch right there. You know what I mean? That thing you was fainting for, right under your chin. It scratched that itch for you, and it's still hip. So you ain't got to be the old head in the car bobbing your head to the side. Everybody gonna be bobbing their head with you. Okay? So he dropped that album. In dropping that album, it made waves. Now, I will tell you right now, that album had nothing to do with Drake. I mean, did he get mentioned? Of course. But did it have things to do with him? No. He just dropped some good music. But 2 days after the first one came, Drake has then sent out a petition to UMG and other workers so they can investigate Universal Music and Spotify, because he believes them of artificially inflating Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. The song you've been hearing with the wop, 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 and Freaky, he a 69 guy, or the most popular one, the A minor song. I promise you heard it. I can't even, there's no more tags to give. Those are the tags. You've heard this song. So in saying that, he thought that song was artificially inflated and that it was fabricated in order to take him down. Now I can read off some of the lawsuit, because everybody has something to say about this. Now his lawyers have since came out. And according to Billboard, Drake is now accusing UMG of defamation, alleging. Wait. That's the old one. Yeah, go in order. We got to go in order now. We have to go in order. Where's my other one? I can't find the other one. I just had it. Look, like I said, it's lamest turns anyway. If you want to watch, if you want to read the actual lawsuit, I promise you, all you gotta do is just UMG Drake lawsuit. You'll find it. Now, in doing that, I would say not 2 days later, because everybody, when they initially heard this, was like, nah, Drake. Nah, Drake, you playing. Because if you one of his fans, and I go ahead, and for the Drake fans out there, I won't ignore your points, because he does make a good point. Even though I am a Kendrick stan, I do recognize that Drake is making a great point, because he's basically alleging that most folks, when they have artificially created numbers, is due to bots, is due to push it out, and it's not organic in the way that music should be. That's like the lamest terms I can put for you without getting technical. So I do get his point. And if he does win with this case, that will change the industry as we know it. I promise you, This won't be just, this not even just hip hop. This is not even just hip hop. It will change the industry as we know it if this go through. If the petition gets signed off on and they then start to find evidence that they actually did cheat the numbers and made not like us, he would have a case. And it would be a very, very loud case against one of the 4 industry for distribution that controls a lot of music. I cannot emphasize that anymore. UMG is not, I can't emphasize that this is for music than it is just hip hop. If you only looking at Drake and Kendrick being the faces for this crap, you will only think it's hip hop. This is for music. If this goes through, this will change everything as we know it, because a lot of folks will have the case that that Drake is alleging Kendrick and UMG and Spotify have been doing. A lot of folks probably won't feel too good if this won over and they have to look at other artists. I don't want to say Taylor Swift, but that's a big artist. I don't want to say Rihanna, but that's a big artist. Heck, I don't want to say Drake. That's one of the biggest artists. And that's where we get to the other side of this. Drake, if this does go through, we got to look at your numbers too. You going after one of the heavy hitters. You going after the new top dog. But you are also one of them top dogs. So I got a lot of folks looking at this two-faced. Are you really doing this for up-and-coming artists like it sounds? Are you really doing this for new acts? Shout out to Kyoka Music. Are you doing it for artists like her, or for other underground folks to actually get what's due to them and have their music organically go out there to the masses without it being pumped? Or are you mad because you lost the battle? A lot of other folks on the other side is looking at Drake away because we don't think you be doing this if had you won. That's why I look away, because you're going after what you know you don't want done. And that's the biggest kicker. Folks have already said he's only putting these lawsuits out because he doesn't want Kendrick Lamar to do that song on the Super Bowl stage. And I'm going to be 100 with you. Oh, I needed my sound effects for that. I'm going to be 100 with you. I don't blame him. As a Kendrick Lamar stan, big dog and that guy on the Super Bowl stage. I don't care what that is that they trying to allege that you're doing with soccer and all the other stuff. Don't even feel true. But I don't care what you got to say. You can't be in you can't be in the United States the same. If he gets to sing this word for word, bar for bar on the Super Bowl stage, I don't blame you for trying to stop this. I promise you they're not going to let you do that. Shoot, it's alleged that Universal Music was saying sue Kendrick and we'll help you do it. Many sources, whether you want to go to Joe Budden and them, whether you want to go to academics, whether you want to go to Stephen A. got the same sources. They're talking about it on you might as well say what Club Shay Shay with the nightcap. I mean, yo, bro, most of the sources are saying the same thing. They saying, big dog, if you would have just chose to sue Kendrick, we would have helped you do it. But you want to come at us? Yo, bro, He also alleging with that same lawsuit, before we even get to the defamation part, he's also alleging with the same lawsuit that they fired folks that were, I don't want to say part of his team. I think they were saying like favorite Drake in a way, that a lot of folks that favor Drake, UMG let go. Now, if you keep up with hip hop, the hip hop branches for a lot of folks, whether that be Atlantic, whether it be Interscope, whether it be a lot of labels have did like a whole, they've got a lot of turnover going on their brands. I'd have kept up with that, and UMG was one of them labels. Now, again, this would only look even worse for him if this went through, because if they have proof that they did this for Kendrick, don't you think they got proof that this might have happened with you? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think I remember, because I do listen to Drake. I think I remember a lot of cases where folks have alleged that bots were streaming some of his music. I can't think that they didn't have a part in that for you too. And depending on how far back they can do that, I don't know. This might not help you. This might not look good for you. So again, like everybody else is asking, why are you doing this? Why? Because you know how it's going to look. You know how this is going to look. And a lot of folks from his camp or his parties, they saying, yo, dude, he don't care. He know what this gonna do. But this for the greater good. This for music. I call BS. But hey, shout out to his camp. Now I'm gonna get a little bit on this defamation point, and then we will do our one topic for today. I don't want to keep everybody here too long, but I got to get us roundabout. So where did the defamation joint come from? Oh, wait. I'm not the only one that talk about this, though. I'm not the only one that talk about this. Who do I want to go to first? Might as well go to the person that predicted this. Shout out to Charlemagne the God, who predicted this first. Where's his? No. All right.
One, what is the next move for Drake?
Lawsuit.
No.
Two. Listen.
Why? He needs to sue all
Listen.
the investigators
No.
on Twitter have been pulling all the stories.
The investigators on Twitter ain't got shit to lose. Let me tell you something. Drake is half white.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's what
Y'all about to
talking
learn.
about things that
Drake-
don't care.
Not even play all of that. Like I said, shout out to Brilliant Idiots. They predicted this like months ago. I had to give it like at least 2 or 3. Now they predicted the second part that was coming through with the defamation case. Now, according to Billboard, Drake is now accusing UMG of defamation, alleging that the music group could have stopped the release of Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us," which falsely accuses him of being a sex offender. In the filing, Drake alleges that UMG funneled payments to iHeartRadio and part of a pay-to-play scheme to promote Kendrick's song on the radio. He also alleges that UMG was aware that Kendrick's song falsely, quote unquote, accused him of being a certified pedophile and a predator, but opted to release it anyway. Now this is coming straight from the sources of Billboard. Shout out to Billboard. Defamation case, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's gonna go. Your best case scenario with the defamation is that y'all even out. That's your best case that I see with that part. Your best case with the defamation is that y'all even out, but that's probably why you didn't sue Kendrick. That's probably why you didn't sue Kendrick, because you knew it would just even out. Because you also said that he beats his wife and that his baby's not his, it's his producer / manager. So don't worry. There's going to be more information about this. There's going to be more updates about this. And I'm here for it. I'm loving it. Just like McDonald's, big dog. I'm loving it. Okay. So with that being said, prayers to both parties involved. Can't wait to see the juicy news that come from this, because there is nothing but BS around the corner whenever Mr. Arby Graham is feeling away in his feelings. Okay. He made a song called In My Feelings. That's how you look right now, big dog. Now that is all for the news portion of the day. If you enjoyed it, let us know up in the chat. We're not gonna be here too long. I had something for the topic for today. I figured the old man will probably have a better thing about this one, because I kind of want to save it, but god dog, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Shoot, I can find something, because I want to say this for tomorrow.
And a man is
And if a man is
in a relationship.
Yeah. I can't do that one because it's gonna just fall through, and I want to do that. I want to say that one for a rainy day. How was y'all weekend? How was Thanksgiving? Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm finna get us rounded off into an hour, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. But hey, man, I don't want to take off our good topics for when we got people not in. If you guys was tuning in for the show, of course you seen that we started pretty late. Yeah, it happened like that. With that being said, we do appreciate you guys. Like I said, we appreciate you guys watching in, tuning in on all this stuff during the week we were out, watching the reruns and things like that, supporting the show. All of that goes an extremely long way. I ain't so sentimental like Mr. Old Man, Mr. Joe Lockett is. He been bit. He had to really work today, so you really just had me today. But yeah, man, like I appreciated the outpour. Got a few subscribers in on the Twitch. Shout out Twitch. We're gonna soon be branching off to other stuff too. So not only we just gonna be on Twitch, I'm getting us set up now to get on Kick. We're gonna be on Kick soon. We're gonna be on Rumble soon. If you know anything about Kick and Rumble, whoo, they are definitely for the unfiltered, and they're more for the rough crowd. So shout out to our soon-to-be viewership off of Kick and Rumble. We're finna get our Instagram back set up again. Gotta get our X back set up. I know X ain't tuning in. They usually tune in with us. But yeah, man. Next year, because you're seeing a little bit of it now. But next year, man, it's finna be dope. It's finna be dope. I can't spoil it. But you will be seeing a lot of stuff shaking up. I know it's one thing to hear from Joe, but you know what I mean? The dude that actually producing half of this crap. Hear from me. It's gonna be dope. Lock in with us, stay locked in with us, join in on the ride. Might get a little bumpy, but as long as you ain't scared to go off road, you know what I mean? The street gonna pop up eventually. We're gonna find a trail. Keep locking it in and riding with us. Go a long way to staying a part of the show. And on that, I will tell y'all, peace.